Money Vikings, Money Viking G here. Welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for joining and for checking out our content and our various ideas with one goal in mind, which is basically bringing all of the best ideas and practices and things we can do as people in the middle class to build wealth and to live a strong and productive life. And that includes investing and personal finance, etc. And, I like to throw in some collectibles and artwork and stuff like that to kind of make it fun, because life, got to have some stuff that you have fun with. So anyway, with that, I've got a very important set of ideas for you today that I would like to bring up and talk about. So sit back, relax, maybe put this on in the background, because this is the culmination of 20 plus years of research and things that have worked. And it's also a lot of time that I've spent studying where things seem to be heading. And so that is the theme of this episode and this show, is where are things going over the next 5 years in terms of investing themes. And so I've got 5 investing themes over the next 5 years. Please, if you don't mind, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. A lot of people watch the channel and haven't subscribed. So if you could subscribe, that would help, help me juice the YouTube algorithms that rule our life. And it would really help grow the channel. I would appreciate it if you get value out of what what I talk about and what Jerry puts on the blog, etc. at truewealth.moneyvikings.com. Okay, with that, let's talk about 5 big investing themes over the next 5 years. And the first one I'm going to call America 3.0. And what do I mean by that? So I'll give you the bottom line up front of each theme in terms of what I'm doing. And again, this isn't investing advice, but I just share what I do, and Jerry shares what he does and what we do to build wealth. So the first theme I'm calling America 3.0. And what do I mean by that? America 1.0 was our early founding era, the early days, manifest destiny, making the country what it was in terms of its geography and bringing in huge amounts of immigrants who built this nation every step of the way. A great country, in my view. Not a perfect country. There is no such thing, but a great country. 2.0, I would call... I think I'm calling it kind of like the period from World War II up until about now. And that was America 2.0. That was America after World War II and all the things that came from that. And America 3.0. America 3.0 is a return, an internal return. And, you can argue for better, for worse. And all these things are debatable. All these things have shades of gray. So I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. But America 3.0 is a return to building the country up from within. The country has gone through quite a few of these overseas escapades that I think the American public is tired of. And we've also spent a lot of money, a lot of gold and a lot of blood, unfortunately, but a lot of gold, a lot of treasure, you could say. A lot of money has been spent. And there's a changing of the tide. You can kind of feel it. So America 3.0 is going to slash and get the debt under control. You can tell that the writing is on the wall there. That's part of my narrative of Bitcoin, which I talk about quite a bit. And there's going to be a huge reinvestment that's already started in American infrastructure, and to modernize the infrastructure, to bring it up to the modern era and to make it very futuristic. And so there's a lot of internal investment. There's a lot of, again, there's no appetite at the moment for any kind of overseas, adventures with the military. It's all about cutting costs and reinvesting in the United States. So what this results in is, I believe I'm going to continue to have a U.S. focused investment strategy, because I do believe the future of the United States is extremely strong and powerful. That is based on geography, and it's based on the system. It's based on the rule of law. It's based on the turning of the tide and how things are changing. And this isn't about anything like political. This is not about political parties or any kind of candidate. A lot of this, I think, is a natural reaction to what happened under America 2.0. So I'm going to call it America 3.0. And with that, there's also going to be a lot of technological advances that will continue through the investments that have happened in the United States. And that actually is a great segue into my second investing theme of the next 5 years. And that is basically Tech 2.0. So it's a continuation of tech. So as we know, the Magnificent Seven, the Googles and the Apples and the NVIDIAs, all these companies, great companies, they've done very well. They've added a lot of value, a lot of shareholder value. They've churned out some great products. And we're going to be continuing with tech themes. Tech, you can tell, is, so there's going to be a huge investment in AI, artificial intelligence, and huge investments in the infrastructure to support that, things like data centers. And so across the board, I see a lot of opportunities still with emerging tech. And when I say tech, I'm not just talking about the Magnificent Seven or iPhones. I'm also talking about technology driven and unlocked by AI that's going to help the medical field. It's going to increase our ability to cure and solve various diseases through the creation of medicines using artificial intelligence, which no one single or a collection of human brains can do. The artificial intelligence can take on all the knowledge of the entire world and harness that power into solving problems. So that's the second theme, is a continuation with investing in tech. Now, that doesn't mean that I believe the Magnificent Seven will all sort of continue to be the winners of this, because I don't actually believe that. Tech is a lot about disruption. And so I think that we're going to see new winners, quote unquote, emerge as time goes on. Who knows what is going to happen to Facebook or Meta, right, in the future? We don't know. And these companies rise and fall. It changes. New ones come up. But technology is still going to be a huge thing in terms of human progress. And I think that's only accelerating with artificial intelligence. Okay. It gets into that actually is another good segue into my third theme for the next 5 years, and that's infrastructure. So there was a huge infrastructure bill passed that will continue to play out over the next 5 years in terms of investment dollars. And a lot of that is about improving the infrastructure to support things like AI and to support the economy of the United States. And so there's going to be, as I mentioned earlier, data centers, alternative energies, there'll be infrastructure. There's probably going to be new nuclear, they call them, I think they're miniature nuclear plants being built, etc. But infrastructure is going to continue to be a thing. In addition to that, you're going to see infrastructure take a front seat or a front and center sort of approach. Look at the LA wildfires. A lot of things need to be rebuilt, and they need to be built better. So, there's going to be a lot of change in terms of how things are built, the types of materials to be more resilient for climate change. So that's all going to be playing out over the next 5 to 10 years. So that's my third theme, infrastructure. Okay. My fourth theme is basically, I think there's great opportunity for those who continue the money Viking path that we've talked about for many years. And it's the thing I most believe in, is building strategically diversified portfolios. Okay. What do I mean by that? It's different than just a diversified portfolio. The diversified portfolio is like, hey, I just take a little sprinkling of everything and I just add money to it. And I just take a little bit of that and this and that. Well, that's just sort of like a shotgun approach. And what I'm talking about when I talk about strategic diversified portfolios, I'm talking about portfolios that are being very thoughtful about what is coming demographically, technologically, climate, etc., all the things that are happening, and thinking more strategically about how to build your portfolio. So I'll give you a great example of this. So many of you who watch my videos know that I am definitely adding positions to Bitcoin and to some crypto projects, but mainly Bitcoin. And that is part of being strategically diversified to handle money printing and inflation as time goes on. So that's just an example of it. Another example might be back to that idea of data centers. I might think that data centers are, continuing to grow, and there's going to be more and more need for that, and more need for energy to deal and to manage AI, to fuel AI, artificial intelligence movements. And so what I mean by that is I might add a real estate investment trust that focuses on data centers, So that is what I mean by strategic diversification. And, or I might, as I do, I believe very strongly in the future of the United States. And so I will continue to be heavily invested in US based companies because I do believe that they are the best. So that's where I'm at. That's strategic diversification. I think that's still going to really pay off over the next 5 years, being thoughtful about it. Okay. And the fifth theme I'm going to throw out there is health. And health has a couple of concepts here. Health on a personal level, we need to continue to strive to improve our individual health and the health of our families through movement, through trying to cut out some of the poisonous foods and chemicals, trying to add natural foods, looking at various supplementation and how that can assist us in building a strong, healthy life. But as we know, and it's a cliche now, but health is wealth. And if you don't have your health, it's hard to feel wealthy, even if you have a lot of money and a lot of investments. So that is going to continue to be a theme. There's another part of that. I do believe that we're on the cusp of some really, really great breakthroughs in terms of medicine for humankind. And I think those are mainly going to be AI driven. If you don't believe me, look at the CEO of Oracle, Larry Ellison. He has talked about that recently, and you can find a lot of new information about that. But I do believe that artificial intelligence is going to continue to support the discovery of new and improved therapies for a lot of the various diseases that humans have dealt with tragically for a long time: cancers, heart disease, diabetes, weight issues, arthritis, Alzheimer's, dementia, et cetera, Parkinson's, all those types of things. There are therapies out there that can be developed in the world. We've proven that. But we need the assistance of artificial intelligence and other breakthrough technologies like mRNA and the various, technologies that are coming out to help develop better medicines and better therapies to help people. So that is my fifth one for the next 5 years. Health is going to continue to grow and be of importance, as it always should be. But I think there's a reawakening and a reimagining of that in 2025 to 2030 and beyond. So with that, thank you very much for checking out Money Vikings. Appreciate y'all, and catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.